Welcome if this is your first time on the channel. Today we're going to listen to ESPN Firstake talk about the Boston Celtics and how after this season, and I'm actually rooting for them this season because of Jason Tatum. I'm from St. Louis. Jason Tatum from St. Louis. So I'm going to root for the dog as long as he in the league. All right. But they saying after this season, they going to break up. Let's listen to them and see why. And then I'm going to give my commentary. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click that like button. I appreciate you. That's how they push the video. Let's go.
We'll have 5 players making over $28 million next season, including Kristaps Porzingis, who will be entering the final year on his contract. Boston could be over $70 million over the cap next season. Okay. Stephen A., with the Celtics offseason decisions looming, how much pressure's on Brown to perform during this postseason run?
I don't want to use the word. I mean, I know we're asking a question for the purposes of the show, but the word pressure, it's like he's already a champion. He's already an NBA Finals MVP. He's already one of the elite players in basketball. Yeah. So I'm not coming across like that. But Wendy knows this better than most, as well as Jay. The Boston Celtics have new ownership. And you got $200-300 million players on that squad with more dudes that you're going to have to pay down the road that they may not be looking to do that. So when you're talking about curbing spending or shaving spending from your payroll or whatever, you're looking to make moves for that particular reason.
If they kept this roster intact, would be facing with taxes a $450-ish million payroll. Their revenue is somewhere around $450 million a year.
That's
it's
crazy.
Not feasible. We have new ownership that is coming in that is...
Hold on, though. Before Brian Whitehurst keep talking, I'm just going to read this off to y'all. It says Jason Tatum, $54.1 million. Jaylen Brown, $53.1 million. Drew Holiday, $32.4 million. Boy, they taking some. Kristaps Porzingis, $30.7 million. Derek White, $28.1 million. This is all next year. All right. Just from looking at this, Kristaps Porzingis, Drew Holiday would be the two guys that I would be looking to move, get some younger pieces, some strong guys to go around Derek White, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum that will be cheaper. But I would keep Derek White over Drew Holiday because he's younger. And then Kristaps Porzingis be having the injury stuff always. So them would be the two I would be looking to move. Let's continue listening to them though.
Paying $6+ billion for the team. Right now, this team was bought 20 years ago for less than their payroll is right now. They don't have a mortgage.
That's crazy.
You know, they're operating in a house that they own and paying this. Now you buy something for $6 billion and you have to deal with that money-losing situation. So while nobody has come out and said they're going to trade this guy, or they're going to trade that guy, or they got to cut payroll, everybody knows the finances and sees the books and understands that this is coming to an end one way or another.
Here's my issue with the question overall. And this is a natural tendency, I think, within the media to pit these two against each other again in a moment after they've proven they could win championships. I get the money aspect of it. I don't give a damn. I'm keeping Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown together. I love Derek White, love Drew Holiday, love Porzingis. I'm willing to let those guys go. We know that owners don't really get an ROI on their investment until they trade the asset anyway, unless you're at the bottom bucket of the barrel, okay? And you're getting money on ticket sales and other things. But most of these teams, when you're trying to win championships, you're operating at a deficit. Now, getting into the second apron, that has penalty. I understand that. But for me, with the way those two play together, seeing the Eastern Conference and the way it's made up with the Knicks and with other pieces, with Milwaukee and Indiana, I am keeping those two together at all costs. Everybody else, plug and play.
Boom. And that's the thing that I don't like about the media. It's always this Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Let's pit them against each other. Jay Will called it out. And it's like, yo, just let them play together. They two great wings, which is a great two players to have. Guys that play offense and defense. That's what makes them a problem, really. Because they are two dudes that play offense and they play defense. Now, what makes Boston so dangerous right now, currently, is because they got 4 players like that. They got Drew Holiday, he's like that. They got Derek White, he's like that. And then Kristaps Porzingis is like that when he's healthy. He plays both ways too. So that'll be 5. So they putting out a starting lineup where you look and go, dang, all of them play offense and defense. Usually it's not like that. Usually teams will have 1, maybe 2 players that might only play offense. Or they'll have 1, 2 players that'll be like a Tony Allen or something like that, where they just real proficient on or great on defense, but offense they lacking. Usually that's how teams be. With Boston right now, they got everybody, so this won't last long. They saying that, but why take Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and split them? Why not? And I like Drew Holiday, but he's 34 now, right? He done had a great run. He done won a championship with Boston. He won a championship with Milwaukee. So he got 2 rings. So he done did his thing. He got a gold medal from being on the Olympic team. But I would look towards them before, I would look towards him and Porzingis before Jaylen Brown. Now if it's a situation, if they keep Porzingis, Derek White, Drew Holiday, Jason Tatum, and then they could get Brown and bring in some young players and get off that cap, they will still be a formidable, team. But they're going to be a formidable team regardless if they keep Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum too. Because now you got 2 great wings that's still, mid to late 20s, still going to be great for 5, 6, 7 years, So I want them to stay together. I hate that they saying something going to have to shake with Boston Celtics because Jason Tatum, once again, from St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis. I'm a root for the home team, the dog that's in the league. We don't got a team in the league, right? So, I'm a root for the dogs that come from St. Louis. Shout out to Bradley Beal too, But y'all let me know. What do you think about ESPN Firstake saying Boston is going to have to split? And who would you move? Who would be the person that you would go, all right, I'm going to take them away. Once again, the cap hits for next year. Jason Tatum, $54.1 million. Jaylen Brown, $53.1 million. Woo, they over $100 million, just them two. Drew Holiday, $32.4 million. Kristaps Porzingis, $30.7 million. And then Derek White, $28.1 million. Who would you move to make this thing work where you don't have to take in the cap hit? Because they saying the revenue and the expenses is around the same amount. So what would you do to make this work going forward? Put it down in the comments. As always, if this is your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe.